She needs to still do some. She needs to introduce him in English.
So let's go ahead and date this.
Or no, you know what would be good?
You're on now.
Oh.
So
you know what would be good is English, and then like I'm only going to introduce him in Spanish.
yeah, it's no secret, and this ain't lifting the curtain on you guys. I really think that, and I really love, always have loved, and you too. It stems from Puerto Rico, love for the Spanish-speaking wrestling fan or market. And I keep hogging the ashtray. You guys like in Puerto Rico. Well, first let's start by saying this.
Chicagoland area has
what's the date today?
The 14th of April, 2000.
So I'm going to figure out exactly how to do it. You know how it's $1 for the podcasts, 4 podcasts a month. So the $3 tier, since Casey brought up yesterday, and he's got the energy and the love for this shit still, which motivates me, we're going to go ahead and do 2 podcasts a week. So the $3 tier gets 2 podcasts a week. Yeah. Then the $5 tier gets the exclusive Patreon content and the 2 podcasts.
Yeah. So
we were just talking about us tapping into the Spanish-speaking market. And in Puerto Rico, I'm not lying, Casey's here to verify, you guys always have heard me talk about it, but this kid knows more about the island than I do because he stayed down there for 22 months. And what about the fucking part that on the island it was part of the fucking culture?
Yeah.
Not just fans, it supersedes that.
Yeah, that's the thing. I think there'll always be a market for it because it is part of the culture.
Done right.
Similar to Mexico, too.
Yeah,
it's a part of their culture.
But done right, you know?
And they take pride in it, too. They're a very prideful country. Well, they're a Commonwealth of the United States, but they're their own country.
They're their own country.
They're their own thing. I mean, but they take pride in that. They take pride in their...
Big time.
That's why they get so behind their baby faces. And
oh my God! Like
that's
Ricky.
why the formula of American heels coming in there.
I could not believe when I went down there. I want to say the first time in 2004. Is that when Victor died?
Victor died in 2007.
So I was down there after Victor died.
2006 maybe.
And here's something. Do you remember seeing those fucking Vespas? There was the El Presidente version. And there was the El Mesias.
No, I don't remember that.
I couldn't believe it. We went to the car lot where they had a deal worked out with the van, the company van, and they had fucking mass-produced El Mesias and El Presidente versions of the Vespa. And I said, what the fuck? You could sit on Ricky's face or Savio's face. They never made us a Hogan or Austin or Rock Vespa.
Right.
That's an example, you know? Yeah. And they were selling.
Yeah.
They had it in the window. The only 2 bikes or 3 bikes they had in the window was one of the top Vespas, or whatever the fuck it was, and then the Presidente and the Mesias.
Yeah.
Presidente was the heel, Mesias was the face. Yeah. I mean, it's like, wow, you know?
Yeah,
I've never seen that.
No, I haven't either.
You know?
But, I mean, there's a huge Spanish contingency in the Chicagoland area.
Big time. Puerto Ricans, too, like... One of the places I thought about running was Waukegan because it has such a strong Puerto Rican representation, but I never fucked with it. They have a beautiful hall there with really nice people but they can't even get a Puerto Rican food restaurant to take off.
And you can tell, I mean, a lot of the young guys, I mean, look at our roster.
Yeah.
The guys that are on top now that have worked their way from the bottom up have been, you know, Latinos. And it's because they have a lot of pride in their culture and the professional wrestling industry. It just goes hand in hand. And I mean, I can't say that I necessarily agree with their tactics, but since Minestra and Pancho brought Lulu on, they've stepped up their game. Now, like I said, some questionable tactics, but
more than
they have taken those belts and they have pretty much put their thumbprint on this organization. They're running the show. They're calling the shots, and now that they have Lulu, they've been doing a tremendous job.
Unbelievable. You know, and the funny thing to me, too, is like I said, tapping into it. Now, we're going to go ahead and do the same thing we did yesterday with the first 15 minutes. Will be the teaser for YouTube, and then we'll get to some more meat on the Patreon. But if you notice this, and you probably didn't notice this, but, you know, Angel Garza and Almas, I forget his fucking work name, but I know the last name is Almas, who was dating Charlotte Flair. Well, fuck. They were so over for this stint.
Yeah.
And they're lucha stars. They're lucha guys that took off the masks or whatever, you know?
He dates Charlotte Flair?
Yeah, they're engaged. But he just walked off. He quit. He gave his notice before he went to the roster because he wanted to go back to Mexico. And then they made him a sweet deal, and he signed that deal. Then him and Charlotte hooked up, and then him and
Charlotte going to live in Mexico?
I don't know what they're going to do. I always wonder about that. But this is a smart kid that if he plays, he was La Sombra. You heard of La Sombra?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know what the fuck it was. Might have even been on the
Shadow.
island. Was it the Shadow?
Yeah.
On the island, remember Victor's big shows? Were you ever there when they brought in AAA stars?
No, not really.
Right
no.
before you came in, they used to bring in the
only
minis.
Vampiro was the only guy they brought in from Mexico.
They used to bring in the minis. El Torito when he
that was a couple years before
that
me.
shit was outstanding.
Yeah.
I mean, for any size person, they did great shit.
Yeah.
You know, wrestling too. There was no bricks.
Well, WWE was using the minis too, weren't they?
But they were using them as a joke, not as a.
I mean, Victor would bring them in, and before Victor left WWE to open IWA, I think Victor was the one that brought the minis into WWF.
Well, the fucking Puerto Ricans loved them, and I loved them. I've seen minis just in passing when I used to watch AAA and CMLL up here, but I never knew those motherfuckers could do 20-minute wrestling matches, bro.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I'm saying, though. They grew up on it. Doesn't matter who they are. They can all work.
Yep. And then, I went to AAA after you and me were on the island at the same time with Bison. Yeah. Did you know that?
Yeah, I knew. I remember you mentioning it.
Yeah, I had that deal where, and we'll go ahead, not 50 minutes, we'll go ahead and cut this as the teaser now. But my plan was we had Ricky in AAA. We had Bison, who married Ingrid, right? In Japan, Noah, but living in Puerto Rico. And then we had IWA. And then we had our feelers out with Ring of Honor. So I wanted to take our Saturday and Sunday programs on the island on Telemundo, NBC. First hour, IWA, because we had a small green roster. Second hour, Pro Wrestling Worldwide. Combo of IWA, ROH, AAA, and Noah.
Luke, when I worked down there, he would bring in Ring of Honor guys. So
well, that's what we were working on too, though.
Yeah,
we were working on doing that thing because you got your
for
built-in
the hour
invasion
program, the worldwide.
Yeah, you got your built-in invasion of Puerto Rican business. Imagine how it would have taken off if we brought in some Noah guys. Imagine if we brought in some.
Well, and I think at the
AAA
time,
guys.
because Kerry Silken always used to come down. That was the original owner of Ring of Honor.
Kerry,
he was the one that would come down.
Yeah.
To the island. Him and Luke were friends, and I think him and Victor were friends too. And a lot of he had a big influence on bringing the Ring of Honor guys.
Well, did you ever see that magazine he produced before?
Yeah, Lucha Libre de Puerto Rico.
Fucking great magazine.
I have one of those T-shirts actually.
Wow.
From the magazine T-shirt.
He made a lot of money off of that. But back to what I was saying.
Kerry's what is he? He's a box office guy.
He's a funny guy.
I don't think he's a loan shark.
No,
he's a ticket scalper. That's his
Kerry
business.
started as a ticket scalper.
Right.
And now, then years ago, he is one of us, by the way.
Yeah, he's a good guy.
He's one of us.
Yeah.
He's sober.
Yeah.
But he also made his fucking business legit. Yeah. Smart guy. Street smart like a
really
motherfucker.
Smart, yeah.
So let's cut this now. No, after this statement. This is the teaser. Again, don't forget this is about trying to generate revenue to grow the company and keep the company going. So I wanted to do Pro Wrestling Worldwide, which was a hybrid between AAA, Noah Japan, IWA Puerto Rico,
There's
Ring of Honor.
still a market for that.
Well, someday
we could pull that off.
We just don't have the fucking connections like we did.
We don't have the connections.
Then. Ricky owned the home in Bailmont still when he was down
there. We do have the facilities, though.
Yeah. So we'll go ahead and cut this now, and then we'll get to the dirt. So this was the YouTube
we want
teaser.
The dirt, mate.
The meat. What does Luke say? Get to the meat. The fucking meat.
We want scoops.
Yeah. So this is it. We'll cut it here. So now back to what I was saying. So yes, when I went to Mexico, I could not believe it, and I'm going to tell you this because I never told you this story. I didn't know what was going on down there. I go down there for so I wanted to show them like Puerto Rico, you know how if you're a fucking pussy, you're gone.
Right.
So you got to show them you're a man.
Yeah.
So when I talked to Darian Roldan and then Darian's assistant, I says, no, it's okay. You guys don't have to pick me up at the airport. I'll find my way to your office. Show them what a man I am, you know. I'm a man. I can handle my business. Well, that was fucking retarded. Because as soon as you land in the airport, your fucking phone service gets hacked.
Oh, really?
They call it something else, but you cannot use your fucking phone in Mexico.
Wow.
And every time you travel, a new company whacks your shit so you can't call. You can't even use a calling card on your cell phone.
Really?
They want you to fucking buy their bullshit.
Ha!
Yeah, so I was fucked, but somehow I got there, you know? So I get to the office and I have an early appointment and I'm fucking sitting there and sitting there and sitting there and sitting there. And nobody's being mean. People are saying you need something, you need coffee, you need something, whatever, fuck. Then this kid came in from Italy that was working down there and he was cool.
On Puerto Rican time? Down there?
Worse. You know, he comes in and I'm getting pissed off and he's, you know, we're talking and he speaks English, Spanish, Italian. He explains to me that they fucking, they understand Italian more than they do Puerto Rican.
Oh, really?
Spanish.
Sure, I believe that.
So he smooths me over and says, this is how they are. So I'm sitting there and I see a face on this kid. I recognize the face. Kid's about 250, shorter than me. Yeah. I know the face, but I can't figure out who the fuck, what the fuck, you know? Well, as we start talking, he knows I'm American. It's, I forget which one, but it's the fucking one of the headhunters.
Oh, really?
Yeah, man. The motherfucker lost 150 pounds.
Oh, wow.
And I didn't know this.
He was working in the office?
No, he was talent. They run so many towns down there every week and every night. They put him on TV once a month, even to do fucking jobs, right? Mm-hmm. Or hide him in a 6-man or an 8-man.
Yeah.
But he still means something in the small towns.
Yeah.
He's main eventing in the small AAA promoted towns.
Yeah.
He's down there making $1,000 a week and had been for a decade, at least $1,000 a week, because of that.
Wow.
And he loved Dorian Roldan and he loved Antonio Pena.
What happened to the other headhunter?
He got sick.
Oh, really?
Yeah, real sick. He's back in New York.
Oh. Okay.
So he's the one that told me, he smarted me up and said, don't take it personal, bro. You've never been to Mexico.
Yeah.
This is how it is here.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
You thought hurry up and wait was bad in Puerto Rico because they're Puerto Ricans.
Yeah.
New York Ricans.
Yeah.
Who live both Puerto Rico and in New York.
Yeah.
He said, don't take it personal. This is how it is. Just enjoy the ride, you know? So I finally meet with him, and I thought that was really fucking cool, though. But I really got over with Dorian Roldan. They just had his father. Now, Antonio Pena owned the company. He sent Dorian to American college and Mexican universities because he was grooming him to get the company when he died to apply business principles and be more like WWE, but of Mexico.
Right.
But as long as Dorian's father is alive, and it's not, Antonio wasn't his brother, he was his brother-in-law. Antonio was the brother of Mrs. Roldan. The father is going to have to say so because of the way the culture is. Mm-hmm. But so I go down there, and the bottom line is they ran Veracruz that night. I was always taught, even when I was a kid in the business, that the tickets were fucking cheap.
Yeah.
Like, I remember them saying, "Oh, the tickets are $2. Of course they're going to drop." Bullshit, bro. It was a Wednesday night. Veracruz. The cheapest ticket to get in, they didn't have a kid's price. It was general $17 American dollars in fucking recessed ass fucking country. So everybody gets in that can afford it. They get their tickets, and then you got a group of several hundred people that may have 12, that may have 10, that may have nothing, and everybody fucking chips in until any of these motherfuckers are in 1 or 2 at a time. That's how much part of the culture they wanted everybody that wanted to get in.
Wow.
That would never happen in the States.
No.
You know? So here we are, Wednesday night, $80,000 gate.
Wow.
$80,000 gate.
That's great.
Yeah. So I had no idea.
Wonder what they're doing now.
I don't know. I could never understand. I could never get a straight answer why they would want to leave Mexico, the performers or the promotions.
Yeah.
All I've been told is that everybody in Mexico really wants to be on American TV, and I don't get that. Their ratings down there for their television were higher than, if they had a rating system, than Raw's were in the United States.
Well, it's the same reason people want to get out of their own town they grow up in, maybe. You know, they want to, no matter what, WWE's always...